This video is specially created for you to understand about the exam coaching session which I'm doing. So I'm going to talk about why exam coaching, what exactly I'm going to cover, and also talk about how I will do this session. So let me tell you that when I speak to a lot of parents, these are the challenges which very often most of the parents tell me, and I'm sure you'll be able to relate to it. And my son or my daughter is not able to focus. There's a time management issue. They don't have a clear timetable. They can't handle distraction very well. There's a lot of mood swings, and they really need some tips and tricks to learn effectively. And therefore, I thought it would be important for the parents to really work on this, especially the last 3 to 5 months, which is what is remaining, and how should you make the best out of it. And for students also, students themselves say that we often get demotivated. We don't know how to push ourselves. What do we do to manage ourselves? What should you study? What should you not study? I think the approach of study, how do you remember things? I think those are things that students often think and create. And exactly these are the things which we will talk about, so that they feel emotionally prepared also. They can complete the paper well, they can manage fear effectively, they can deal with the anxiety and be more focused and concentrated while they are appearing for those exams. I think that's the why. Talk about what is it that I'm going to cover in this session. So essentially the 1.5 hour session every Sunday I'm going to have from November onwards. November 13th is what I have planned for 5 sessions, 11:30 to 1 o'clock. Sessions will be covering goal setting and time management, which is important for them to really understand how do you manage goal, art and science of learning, talk about memory techniques, shortcut techniques, how do you remember, combination of subjects, right? The art side and the science side of understanding our brain and managing our brain and tricking our brain. I think those are things which we ask. Sleep management, so rest, revive is one of the sessions where we talk about energy and motivation and how do you deal with building our focus. I think those elements will get covered in one of the session, and we'll also talk about distraction, managing distraction, tips and tricks to deal with those things. And the last session will cover on tips and tricks on just 15-20 days before the exams. What is it I should do? One month before the exams, what is it I should do? So some of the things, best practices, we will talk about. We'll also have a session for parents where we'll talk about what parents' role is really in this entire process. What can they do and how can they support? So I'm going to have one dedicated 1.5 hour session for parents. So how will I do this? I often have these interactive sessions online so that we can coverage people from all around the country. Very small batch, maybe max 15 students, not more than that. And we will have these sessions where we talk about tools and techniques, smart studying tools and techniques to manage smart management study, techniques to manage our focus, techniques to manage our sleep, energy management techniques so that you can stay motivated. I think these are the things. And after these 5 sessions, how do we implement this into our day-to-day life? I'm going to have 3 one-on-one coaching conversation with the students. There'll be specific one-on-one discussion, not a group conversation. I'll schedule that after I did the 5 sessions so that we know what are their personal challenges and how can I work with them, right? So those are the things which we will cover. Each session is recorded, so you'll get an access as a parent and as a student. You can look at this. You'll have some tools we'll be giving to you so that you can use those while preparing and while studying. I think those are the benefits you will have from the program which we're talking about. We talked about the why, the what, and the how. Hopefully, I'm hoping that your son or daughter will join and reach out to me on the details which I've mentioned if you have any further question. Thanks so much.